Good morning and welcome to Title Talk. This is our first edition for June 2020. It's June the 1st, and June marks our last month on the air for Title Talk because I am retiring on June 30th. So we will have some other way provided for you to find out about new titles. We're not sure what form that will take, but uh, stay tuned. Keep watching our Facebook page and website for more information. But in the meantime, I have new books to tell you about today. The first three we're just going to breeze through kind of quickly, figure out how to deal with the glare. Susan Albert Wittig, if you read her China Bowls series, this is three shorter novels combined into one called the Crystal Cave Trilogy. And the star of this is Ruby Wilcox, who is kind of the co-manager of the shop building where China has her flower shop. Ruby is the one who has her crystal shop next door and all, and she has psychic abilities. So, The Crystal Cave, Susan Albert Wittig. Rita Mae Brown has a new book, and her co-author, Sneaky Pie Brown, called Formidable Foes. This is a Mrs. Murphy mystery. These are always fun. If you are a lover of cats, dogs, or any other kind of animals, you will enjoy these mysteries because the animals play a very real part, and you could pick any one up from the series and start reading it. You by no means need to start at the beginning of the series. Formidable Foes. And another animal book, David Rosenfeld has a new one. This is a new mystery series from the author of the Andy Carpenter novels. And this one is called The K-Team, and you can tell by the front cover that it looks like dogs are going to play a big part here. Rosenfeld is normally quite a popular author for us. And it says, there's a new dog in town. Corey Davis and his K9 partner, Simon Garfunkel, have recently retired from the police force, and now they're kind of starting out on their own, I believe, with a private detective sort of agency. So, The K-Team by David Rosenfeld. I tell you, there are so many great new books coming out. I have a huge stack at home. I'm just going to have to start making lists because I'm never going to get all these books read until after I retire. Davis Bunn, Tranquility Falls. He is the author of such romance books as Miramar Bay, Fire and Firefly Cove. These are just really nice, pleasant romances set on the California coast, normally. Moondust Lake is another one. I don't know about this one, though. We've got all these beautiful autumn trees, but the main character lives in Los Angeles, so that sounds like another California story. Now for some new books, not part of series. The Jane Austen Society, a novel by Natalie Jenner. I believe this is her first book, but people like Pan Genoff, who wrote The Lost Girls of Paris, and Karen Joy Fowler and Anne Hood, all have endorsed this book. It takes place right after World War II. The cottage where Jane Austen wrote has been abandoned and is in terrible shape. And the small town of Chawton, England, they bind together and save the place. The book just got terrific reviews. It's on my list to read. Historical fiction. If you're a Jane Austen fan, or if you just like books about jolly old England, that would be the book for you. This book, I just love the title. It's by Christopher Moore. The title is Shakespeare for Squirrels. Again, this book has had just fantastic reviews in all the review magazines. Technically, it's classified as fic or fantasy, but I mean, it could go in a lot of different genres, so don't let that scare you off. It is a rollicking tale of love, magic, madness, mystery, and murder. And it's a Midsummer Night's Noir, The Bard by way of Dashiell Hammett, a wicked, brilliantly funny, and wildly entertaining time from the master of satire, Christopher Moore. I think this would be a really fun read. However, I will warn you, just from flipping through the pages, the language is a little rough. So if you don't like that kind of thing, maybe pass it by. Shiner, a novel by Amy Jo Burns. Again, this has stellar recommendations. Jocelyn Jackson, Christina Baker Klein, who wrote the Orphan Train book. This takes place in West Virginia. The protagonist is named Wren, W-R-E-N, last name Bird. They live in a small mining town, and she's a teenager, and she lives in a cloistered mountain cabin with her parents. And every Sunday, her father delivers winding sermons in an abandoned gas station. He handles snakes, and he praises the Lord for his blighted right eye. And then one summer Sunday, a miracle performed for him quickly turns to tragedy, and it just turns Wren's life upside down. It says, rich with love and loss, Shiner uncovers 2 generations worth of Appalachian heartbreak and resolve, a chorus of 3 unforgettable voices, a bold daughter, a reclusive housewife, and a lovesick moonshiner, reveal a taut and smoldering story of modern female myth-making in a land of men, and one young woman who must open her eyes. So again, this is by Amy Jo Burns. Book title is Shiner, referring to Moonshiner. Here we have a suspense novel called Standoff by Patricia Bradley. She is a Christian author, but this is a National Park Ranger novel set on the Natchez Trace Parkway. So perhaps if you enjoyed the Anna Pigeon books of yore, you might find Standoff to be a good one. The parkway is 444 miles long from Nashville to Natchez, and it's the perfect road for a relaxed pleasure drive. But unfortunately for Luke Faraday, it's also perfect for moving drugs, and he is sent to infiltrate the organization at the center of the drug ring, but he arrives too late at a stakeout and discovers the body of his friend, Park Ranger John Danvers. And John's daughter, Brooke, isn't determined to investigate her father's murder, but soon finds herself the target of a killer who will do anything to silence her. So, lots of suspense and just cliffhanging going on here. Standoff by Patricia Bradley. And then just a couple of nonfiction books real quickly here. Thinking Inside the Box by Adrienne Rathel is a history of crossword puzzles. She goes behind the scenes in terms of how crosswords are created. Everything you wanted to know about crossword puzzles is probably in this book. And this can be found at 793.73 RAP. And then last but not least, we have what is certain to be a classic, How to Wash the Dishes by Peter Miller. The call number is 648-MIL, and these books will both be on the new bookshelf, the new fiction bookshelf. I'm taking this home and having a look through it. It tells you everything you would want to know about washing the dishes, what kind of towels are best, what order is best, what you can put safely in the dishwasher. I'm sure it discusses how to launder your dishwashing tools, just everything you need to know about how to wash the dishes. And it doesn't take just too terribly many pages to tell you this information. And there's lots of pictures too. So it won't take you too long to read it. So that's it for Title Talk today. Hopefully you saw something that aroused your interest, and you can give us a call and we will pull it off the shelf for you. We'll bring it out to your car. Anything we can do to help you read these books. I'll see you next week. Happy reading.